Oh, hey, I'm live. Well, I'm solo today. I Robert can't join us today. He is at a family function at the moment, so he was going to be late. I ain't going to make him rush and wreck or whatever you want to call it. So we'll leave him be. I want to thank you all for coming. I'm actually going to put the link down in chat and we'll do a hangout stream. And I got a couple things I'm going to tell you. Other than that, I really don't have much. I almost wasn't going to stream today because I in the middle of a kitchen remodel and my bathroom at the same time. So I really wasn't planning on it, but hey, it is what it is. I got my Star Sapphire Cichlids from Peplin Creek and Foxy, and she also sent me some snails. I'll give you a quick. We'll wait till some other people get in here because I can actually move the camera over there and show them to you. And so you can know I'm uploading the video, but you can see them and watch the video if you want to. We have Color Guppy showed up. Thank you, bud. Mystery Snail Gardens. Thank you. Patty Petite Tanks. Terry Tropical Tanks. Degenerate Fish Keeper. Jenny Lynn. And Skull Aquatic so far. Sup, Canastia? How you doing? And my dog comes down the steps. Can't get away from him. I guess she'll lay at my feet here like she does up there whenever I stream. Huh. Sup, Peplin? I'm going to post a video, but more people get in here, I'm going to move the camera behind me and show everybody them Star Sapphire Cichlids I got off of you. And all 7 are still alive, actually. I started feeding them. Skipper now was sub, but it was fine. Sub again. Oh, all right, Jason. That's cool. Thank you, bud. Sometimes it does that. Like, I was subscribed to Peplin, and for some reason I wasn't all of a sudden, and I had to hurry up and redo it. Hi, Scots Aquatics. Monster Fish Gal, how you doing? Thank you for showing up. But, oh, thank you, bud. I give you more of a tour of the fish room, but it ain't too much going on down here. Just colored the walls, and I only have 2 tanks set up down here right now, but I need to set up another one. Get upstairs. Get out of here. And he's cleaned up down here because of the construction that's going on. All right, we got 14 people in here, so I'm going to go ahead and move this camera back here and give you a little show of these awesome fish that I got off of Peplin Creek Aquatics and Foxy Fishes. Roxy. Don't be surprised, they might be camera shy. But there they are. My favorite one is the little guy. It doesn't want to focus. There's 3 of them. 4 of them, sorry. There's 2 of them there. And then there's one hiding underneath the sponge filter. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, they're all doing pretty well. I'm very happy. First time setting up a cichlid tank with the crushed coral. And I put some Java fern in here. I need to get them out. And I got other rocks I'm going to glue them to. And then I have that Java fern mat that was sent to me. Yeah, there they are. Also, since Maria Z's in here, see if we can get a quick little tour of the fish room here. These may look familiar to her. That's male and female, and there is a crap ton of babies in there. They are hiding at the moment. So, nope, there's some coming up the picture. So what I did was took everything out of that pond, all the plants and all, and just dropped it in here. I put about that much regular water in it, and then I filled it the rest of the way up with the pond water. I did a lot of asking around about that because it was the first time that I've done that. Brought stuff in from a pond. First time I had the pond. And yeah, if anybody wants to come up, here's the link. But it was suggested to do the pond water. Other people said I didn't have to, but I talked to Maria Z because they were hers to begin with, and I do believe she had them outside before, probably a year ago or whatever. And stinking phone. Hello, Petra Man. Thanks, bud. Thanks for coming. Oh, Mike's Aquatics and Things. I'm going to chop this one up. Eduardo. Yo, Terry, what's up?
What's going on, man?
Oh, not much. Just catching up on chat here. Hi, Sandy. And I think that's everybody. If I miss you, I apologize. But, yeah, so not too much really going on in the fish room since I got my kitchen and my bathroom being redone. What's up, Bruiser CB? I'm going to tell you something, Terry. If I'd have known now what I didn't know then, I probably would not be living here.
Don't buy old houses.
No, don't. I do not recommend it. Not at all.
Oh, come on. It's an adventure, man.
It's a pain in the butt. So one of the issues that I had, what's up, Matt, Liquid Zoo, Paul McCartney, was we tore the ceiling out. I'm just going to be very blunt. I don't care. The idiots.
In the basement or upstairs?
No, upstairs.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to support the floor in the basement. I'll do that tomorrow. But whenever we pulled that ceiling down, the joists ran this way. Okay.
All right.
The toilet sat this way.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, seeing as though these houses probably back then didn't have showers, and stuff like that. They use outhouses and stuff because it being a railroad town. They figured they'd cut into the joists. They cut into it like that and sat the pipe down the whole way through to where it was going out at.
Well, I tell you the truth, that's not as bad as if you cut the bottom of the joist. At least they were cutting the top.
Well, yeah, but seeing as though that it was a 2x6 and then he left like 1 3/4 or 2 inches of the wood underneath.
Is the floor bowing?
Oh, it's bowed.
Yeah.
And the contractor's like, man, he goes, I don't know how you didn't sit on the kitchen floor when you filled your tub up. And I started.
Believe it or not, it's not that too terrible of a fix. If you've got your ceiling open, all you need to do is get some jacks, jack it back up level, run some bolts through with some new 2x6s, 4 feet beyond each side.
Yeah, we did each joist. So that floor is level now. Above that's my daughter's room too. So
yeah, that's just the fun of owning a really, really, really old house.
Oh yeah. And what's nice about it though is I was doing the bathroom at the same time, which is right above it.
I tell you what, once you fix it all up and you get everything the way you want it, and you're going to go sell it, because believe me, you're going to want to sell it because you're going to be so frustrated with it. You're like, I'm out. This is enough.
Well,
But after you sell it, you're going to regret it. You're going to be like, man, that house had personality.
well, the only way I'd sell it is if I ran into some money and built a house that I really wanted, you know. So I don't see that happening. So I'm going to be stuck here. Just keep making improvements, you know. The thing, this house was actually recorded back in 1950, and I don't know why I got these little flies down here, but I have to look for a dead body later. But it was probably built in the 20s.
Yeah, that's when mine was. My house is 2 years away from being 100 years old. It was built in 1924.
Mm.
And I'm fairly certain, I don't have any documentation to prove it, but I'm fairly certain this was one of those Sears Roebuck, you could buy a house from a catalog things.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've heard of those, yeah.
I'm not 100% certain, but it's got the same floor plan, and most of the materials that I see kind of look like it fits. But I'd have to bring somebody over to confirm it. You know,
Oh, yeah.
It's not that big of a deal to me. It's just a 100-year-old house.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. It to me, it is what it is. I'm gonna do what I can do to make it better than what it was.
Wow, Liquid Zoo. Matt says his house was built in 1905.
Wow.
Oh, Liquid Zoo.
But the funny thing is, whenever they built houses back in the day, they built them.
Usually, well, they had real wood.
Yeah. My house is balloon frame, and it's actually true 2x4s. Hello, Susie Q. So it's not like, the new stuff, and it's probably more than likely oak. If you look at my rafters, they're logs. That's the floor joists. So when they built it, they were meant to stay around for a while.
Your brick has held up over the years a lot better than mine has.
Well, okay, so that brick is actually a false wall. Behind it's a stone foundation. It was like that when I moved in.
Okay. I was going to say, because my block is original, and my block doesn't look anywhere near that good.
And plus, I just painted this. We're sitting in the fish room. But, yeah, it's, I tell you, it's, okay, I'm going to have to figure this out because it's going to drive me freaking nuts. But it's definitely an adventure.
My wife, when we first moved in, my wife was like, "Can't you change that light?" And I'm like, "No."
Mm-mm.
And she goes, "Why not?" And I said, "Because it's 100-year-old insulated wire, which is like cloth and God only knows what."
Yep.
I'm going to take it down, and all that insulation is going to fall apart in my hand. And then I'm going to have to rip holes in the wall or in the ceiling to get to decent wire. And then I'm going to see it's knob and tube, which is not legal anymore. So I'm going to have to rip a raceway into the ceiling, down a wall, and into the basement to get to modern wiring. And I just assume it works. Don't touch it.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, really?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah. That's what's up with mine. So as I do a room, I replace the wiring. Use a 12-2. And it's amazing how they did stuff back then. You wonder how it actually worked. It's just crazy.
I don't know. They did it. There was good craftsmanship.
Hmm.
It's just it got old.
Yeah,
That old cloth and petroleum mixed uh,
it just deteriorates.
insulation, it just deteriorated over 100 years. So when you touch it, it just disintegrates.
Yeah.
But back in the day, that was the shit. I mean, that was modern technology back then, man.
Canisteo, it's the Star Sapphire Cichlids are back in there. I got them off of Peplin Creek, and Foxy Foxy sent me snails with them too. But I am gonna. I don't like that. That kind of bothers me. I don't know if it's because. Well, it's a decent light too. It ain't like the light I had on my other tank to where it wasn't that bright, you know. But yeah, you got a good point there, Matt. It definitely was a lot less electrical devices back then. And
You
it's
know, another thing I noticed about old houses is they didn't put a whole lot of emphasis on the bathroom. All old houses, the bathroom is like a closet with a tub, a tiny sink, and a commode.
yep, that's
Nowadays, you know, you walk into a modern house, you walk into the bathroom, and it's like a third bedroom. You know,
yeah.
you got all kinds of room.
Jacuzzi tub, stand up shower, a toilet, a his and her sink. Come on, it's crazy.
Back then, they were like, yeah, I'm going to spend like 10 minutes of my day up there.
Yeah,
They didn't care. It was a closet.
yeah, because mine ain't that big. It's probably honestly, it's a freaking jail cell. Now I think of it, it's 4 feet by 8 feet deep.
Right. Take your tub out, you know, your tub shower, take that out, put a bed in it. It's a jail cell.
It is actually. That just hit me. It's funny. I just realized that my bathroom is a jail cell. Huh. Do you got any? I've been out of the loop of this YouTube thing for quite a few days. Do you get anything new in your fish room?
I didn't get anything new. Um, you saw the eel, haven't you? I got that like last week.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch the video. I did see a picture of it.
So I got the eel. Other than that, I'm kind of just maintaining. I got a couple concerns going on that's bothering me. I'm not sure I got a problem, but it might be. And I'm still experimenting with a couple things, and yeah, you know, typical stuff.
Yeah, I gotta get organized down here. So that probably won't really start until after this crap's done. But I can't wait to really get started on it. It's like so. So I did have one question. I know. I mean, oh, never mind. I asked Amber. Because I was gonna do on the middle rack. I was gonna do 20s, 20 highs, and set them in their long ways. So you look through the skinny
Yeah,
side,
you're looking through the side.
and I was worried because some of it's going to be hanging over.
By how much?
I don't know, maybe a quarter to a half an inch.
Oh no, I wouldn't worry about it.
Holy cow! Look what rose from the ashes. How you doing, Adele? Nice to see you.
I agree. I haven't had a chance to talk to her in a while, but man, it was good to see her again for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set 20s up there.
Yeah, if you're only overhanging on the skinny side by a half an inch, 3/4, you'll be fine.
Well, then that's the plan. I just got to get lighting. Trying to figure that out is kind of a pain.
Menards, shop lights,
Don't have Menards.
Home Depot, Lowe's.
Yeah, I'll have to get on their website and see what they have. Oh man, I tell you, another thing about this remodeling deal, it's hard to find stuff, especially electrical. It's ridiculous. I got lucky. I wanted to get some tandem breakers, and I
Oh,
went to
piggybacks.
yeah, piggybacks, tandem, 2-in-1. But I went to Lowe's first, I think. No. No, I was at Home Depot first. That's where I got most of my stuff at. Because I had to go back up for electrical stuff, plumbing stuff. Because that we didn't truly know what we was going to need until we gutted it. So I go up there and I go into the electrical section. Found the breakers. They didn't have no tandems. I'm like, no piggybacks. I'm like, what the heck? I told him, I said, hey, can you scan this, see if you have any in stock? He goes, I'll do it, but I'm going to tell you no because I just did it, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes ago. I said, well, then don't worry about it. I believe you. I mean, because I was looking up above and I couldn't find the box, of extras.
That's not a common item. You're gonna need to go to an electrical supply house to find
Yeah.
out on a regular basis.
Well, that was going to be my last resort because I knew that was on the way home. So I go to Home Depot. I had to get something else that was, or I go to Lowe's and I had to get something else. It was cheaper down there. Floor jacks. I got to pick my beam up tomorrow. But it went down there and they only had the 20s. So I got 2 of them and that's all they had left. I took their last 2 because that's all I really needed. Then I was like, man, I need to get 15s for lights. Well,
it doesn't matter what you're hooking it to as long as the wiring can handle it. And you said you're running 12s, number 12 wire?
that it was just in the kitchen. It was just for the outlets because he brought 14 with him. I have a contractor doing everything. I ain't got the time to. No. So what I do is on my days off, I'm in there working with them.
Well, flip flop, just flip flop some breakers around. Take some of your 15s and then put them on. Yeah.
Well, I ended up finding the 15s at Ace Hardware.
Oh, I got you. Who makes your panel? What?
It's Square D.
Oh, you'll have. Yeah. I'm still running an old school like 1960s panel with pull out fuses for the main.
Oh yeah. No,
And yeah.
This panel. The messed up thing here is, this panel it's 200 amp service now, but it was only 100, and all the wiring in this house was just a mess. So as I go, I got to figure stuff out, trace stuff, and all that happy stuff. I got an empty receptacle box behind me because I'm going to run wire from my GFI over to it, and then I'm going to bring another one to this wall because I have that GFI on its own.
If you have snap-in Square D breakers, which will be QO style breakers. So when you look at the breaker, if it starts off with the letters QO, you can excuse me. I was eating at the same time as I was talking, and it went down the wrong pipe. If you have QO breakers, and all you got to do is just look at the breaker, see it says QO. I'll send you some QO GFI breakers where the entire circuit is GFCI'd, and you don't have to buy the actual receptacles.
Oh, okay.
It'll just come straight from the breaker. The breaker itself is GFCI'd. So everything you run downstream, as long as you maintain a ground, is GFCI protected.
Nah, these ones ain't.
Are they home line?
Yeah, they're home lines.
Okay. You can still get home line GFCIs too.
Yeah,
That's
that's
just a cheaper, the home line is just a cheaper version of the QO.
focus. Damn it.
Yeah, I see it. I know exactly. You've got the home line, which is just a simple, cheaper version of the QO. You see that a lot in residential, as opposed to, I don't spend a whole lot of time in residential. I honestly think a QO breaker will still fit in that home line panel.
It just all depends on the hookup underneath.
Right. If you look at a QO breaker, it'll look probably almost identical, except it's got metal legs where the
you got metal legs on the back right here.
right, yeah, those will be metal instead of plastic.
This is plastic. It goes in and then
then snaps in.
Yeah.
They're just slightly. It's just a cheaper version of QO for square D.
Yeah.
Hey, just be happy you got a square D panel, man. I'm running an old Wadsworth, man. It's like,
I think it was 5 years ago I got that replaced.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was one of the first things I did because I knew I was going to get into remodeling, and I wanted to have my empty spaces so I can, so you can move stuff around.
Sure. Hey, I'll be right back, man.
All right, I'll go to chat. Oh, thanks, Bob, for posting the video that I put up. If you're asking me to do a video on DIY electrical series, nah. I ain't the guy to do that. I learn off of others, and yeah, I'm not an electrician. Yes, Bob, I am in the basement streaming now. I moved stuff down to the fish room. For one, it's away from everybody. It's a lot quieter. As opposed to me sitting upstairs in front of the 55, which eventually this tank, as the years go on, will get bigger behind me because those fish are going to get bigger. But, yeah, we're in the fish room. That's where I'm going to be doing most of my streaming from now on. But yeah, since asking Amber and talking to Terry, the second shelf is going to be full of 20s. I got to figure out how many I can put on there. Probably quite a bit. I got some plywood down in the garage that I need to see if I have enough to put on there. Well, I need to go buy a piece of that right now. That stuff is expensive still. Even though it did go down in price, but didn't get down to where it is. And I don't foresee it going down that far ever again. No, I guess I better check, but I think I haven't looked to see if she has scheduled one. But if she did, someone can find it. Can you please post Susie Q's stream that's up next after me if she is going today? For some reason, I can't find it. But anyways, if one of the generous mods would look for that and find it. Yeah, how about it? That something that's what we gotta ask for our birthdays and probably Christmas so you can get enough to build stuff. And there's a lot of dead air. Because I am out of something to talk about. I think there was one other thing I wanted to bring up, and I totally forgot. Oh. So how I cycled this tank behind me. So what I did, actually, I got to get a bigger sponge filter because that one ain't big enough. It's for a 20. I need to get, no, actually, no, it's fine. It goes up to 40. Never mind. But I pulled that out of the guppy tank and I just set it straight in. I didn't clean it, none of that. And it was a week before I got these fish. Kept an eye on the levels and stuff, and I know everything's been good so far. Another thing I did was I put snails in there to help start producing waste in the substrate there. And then, I put some of this in there too. The method that I do has worked out really great for me. Some people are against it. Some people are not. But I find it easier to do it that way, to have a seeded sponge filter, which I would suggest people to have them in your tank. I don't really do what some people do to where they keep one just sitting in there. So what I do is I always have extras on hand. Whenever I take one out, I put one in. And the tanks that I've been doing that in also have hang on the back filters. So it has beneficial bacteria in the filter itself. And then I just put a new one back down in its place. That's how I do it. Works for me. I'm not saying it'll work for everybody else, but it definitely works for me. I actually tested it out quite a few videos ago in a tub. I went to Walmart and bought, just a storage tub, put sand in it, and I did the sponge filter thing. I actually had I had one 10-gallon one that was in the 10-gallon tank, and I just swapped it over. And then I put the frits in there, and I only had floating plants. I don't have nothing in the sand there, like root plants yet. Mainly because now that I'm setting this up, I'm going to be moving that stuff down. So one of them 20s will be dedicated to snails, mystery snails.
What an interesting day.
Did you work today?
No.
I did.
Kind of took care of the house, that kind of thing. If you don't mind me derailing your stream.
No, you're good. I was just talking about stuff until you came back.
Oh man, it was a great day. Made a video where my wife got to say hi to her daughters, and she walked for the first time with her walker without my help.
Awesome.
It wasn't long, but she
still did it.
The length of the living room. So everything's a good day. I'm like, oh, this is great. And so it wasn't dinner. It's sort of a evening snack. We had tacos yesterday, and I had a little taco meat left over, so I heated it up, and you just ate it with a spoon because we were out of tortillas. And she wanted the Parmesan cheese, the shake on cheese. So I just handed her the cheese and walked down here, and we're talking, and I go up there, and oh my God, was there a mess like you wouldn't believe. Dude, it looked like she was doing blow with Parmesan cheese all over the freaking table. That shit was everywhere. And I think she opened, a lot of those containers that I didn't think about, but a lot of those containers have where you can spoon it out or shake it out, depending on which side you open. And I think she opened the spoon side and tried to shake, and it just went everywhere.
Oh, my.
The dog was loving every minute of it, though.
Oh, I bet.
She was upset. She's trying to clean it up by herself, and she doesn't have the dexterity to do it. And I'm like, just relax. I'm laughing. I remember the end of Scarface where he's got like that mountain of blow on his desk, and he's over there going, "Say hello to my little friends." Yeah, my wife was doing that with Parmesan cheese.
That's funny. Well, that's good to hear that she is up and moving now.
Oh yeah, this is the first. Today is a landmark day, and we have, like I said, several people have asked. She has good days, bad days. Mm-hmm. This was a good day as far as functionality goes, and it's the first time that she used the walker without my help. So I kind of hope she keeps it up, and we'll see how it goes.
That's good.
Oh, I was almost crying when she was doing it. You have no idea.
Well, I bet.
So yeah. Anyways, let's change the subject and move on to my Parmesan disaster.
I bet you that was heck.
I swear to God, I'm so happy I have dogs, because when she makes mistakes with foods, it's not really that hard of a cleanup because I've got the dogs. So
listen, buddy, I know. It's the same thing here in my house, man. You could be in the other room. You could be in the kitchen, and the dogs would be, in the other room. You drop one piece of food, blam, there's one right there.
A spaghetti noodle. You don't know how much sound a spaghetti noodle makes when it hits the floor, but a dog knows.
We don't hear it, but they sure as the heck do. It's nuts. I know what that smell is now. Busy. Oh, heck, I got to take this. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Yeah, COC is correct. I'm probably going to pay for the dog eating all the Parmesan cheese later on, sometime tonight. I'll probably wake up in the middle of the night going, oh my God, what is that? But yeah, you'll have that. And Ray Aquatics, thank you. And everybody in chat. Most of you know who I am. I appreciate it. I a lot of you guys ask often, and I know I don't talk about her much. And I appreciate those that ask. I really do. It's just there's not a daily update. Today was an exciting time because of what happened, but for the most part, there's not a lot of change. It's just slow and steady progress. Robert, dude,
What's going on?
how you doing, man?
Doing all right. I just now got home.
You had a good excuse.
Sorry I'm late.
Family is more important.
Well, yeah, but I mean, in this case, the cookout part of it was what I was mainly there for.
Right? You gotta go for the food, man.
Dude, man, go for it. You should have been live streaming from the cookout. I would have watched it. Hell's yeah.
Well, hey, Robert, since you're late, I'll go ahead and show you, and for other people in the chat, since we had 40 watching, now we're down to 34, but I'll show these fish again, even though I posted the video. Okay, push the button. There it is. That's the juvenile star sapphires from Peckland Foxy.
Oh, nice.
7 of them. That one right there is my favorite.
You do know how slow they grow, right?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just happy I got them. That's all I cared about.
Nice, man. Heck yeah.
Let's see if I can do this. Talk with
Where did you get them from?
I want to look at something real quick. Uh-oh. What happened?
I hit a button.
Oh, no.
I thought you kicked me out. I'm like, damn, man, what'd I say?
You little shit.
Hell?
Whoops. I got them from Peplin Creek. And Foxy sent.
Oh, nice.
Sent me a snail care package.
I'm trying to see if I got pictures of my Phenosylus or not.
One thing I did forget to show in the video. And I don't know where the hell it is at the moment. Is she sends you a card with the stuff. No, whatever. And she also sent me they sent me foods. So they did, which is pretty cool.
Oh, nice. They got a website or something that you can buy from or something?
Well, they do have a Get Gills website, but I cheated. I ain't gonna lie, I cheated. I just messaged them directly and said I'm looking for this. Hey, I got it.
Right.
Sold. I was like, sold.
You might be interested in this. I'm not 100% sure. So let me do this. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. Share. All right. See that down there, Skipper?
Yes.
All right. If you want to see that, that's a Phenosylus at about 1 year old. They haven't developed the lips yet, and they haven't developed the spangling, but they get the blue. They get the blue within about a year. And, you can see the discoloration in the lips a little bit, but it takes, before they start actually showing the spangling, takes, God, 2-3 years. You can see this one. This is probably about 1.5 years old, and you can see that it's just starting up at the top, where it's starting to get a little bit of spangling. But yeah, they take for God. But they're a sharp fish when Yeah, this one you can start to see where he's just starting to get his spangling, and it takes a while, man. You got to be prepared for that long haul to have that fish. That fish you're showing in the picture, man, that's an old fish. He's been around a while.
Skipper, man,
it's 4 years old. That one.
Since those fish that you have are the ones that got the big lips, I guess you call them the Kardashians now. I mean, you call them that. Look at my colony of Kardashians. We got Kim, Chloe.
Range stinking personality. How about it?
But within the first year, you should get the blue. Once they're right around 1 year old or a little more, that's when they'll get that nice bright blue. And then they gradually, after that, start developing all their spangling. And
yeah, Peplin says about 2 years they will do the spangling, or he's calling it
chipping up.
But you could sex them at about 1 year. His biggest
the blue ones are the males.
His biggest ones are not 9.5 inches at about 6 years old.
That's awesome.
When I saw that fish, I was like, that is definitely a fish that I could see myself having long term.
The thing is you probably seen them before that, but they were younger fish and they hadn't, what Peplin's saying, chipped up. They hadn't spangled up yet, and you just looked at them and went, "Oh, another blue fish."
No, I actually never seen a fish that blue like that, honestly. Or, like you said, probably didn't pay much attention.
There is one fish, that I would like to have, but it's going to be like later on down the road. I can keep a big tank, but I would like to have some of those ones they call the eye biters. Those are pretty cool. And then you got the what's those ones that they call it, like the dolphins or whatever, the blue dolphins or something like that. But
the blue dolphins always look kind of derpy to me because they got that weird shaped head.
Mm-hmm. But now I got to say, as far as a bucket list fish, I definitely would like to get some Tropius, Lake Tanganyikan. I mean, now granted, I know there's like a bunch of different species, but just that species in general, I just like them all because they got that rounded off head look to them, and they're just really nice looking fish.
I'm a big fan of Tropius. I got some growing out. Come see me come see me in a year or two. I'll show you some trophies.
All right. Yeah, I mean, dude, like for the past like 6 months now, dude, I just been on a lake tan technique and a kick, man. Dude, just those fish in general, I just love. The different shell dweller species. Like I'm planning on getting me some caudal punks. The ones that's got the jello fins on top.
Now, Furlow just typed in chat that he just got a Malloy dolphin, and that's his new favorite. But doesn't Furlow? Don't you have some Angaras, which are probably my favorite peacock out of Lake Malloy? I could have swore you had an Angara. I thought. I don't know, man. I'd go, 100%. I'd go for the Angara before a dolphin. But just my opinion.
Yeah. Scott's Aquatics. Yeah, that one was a Keystone Clash. That was the one that got me on the fish. That's the picture that I had, for the stream and for my new Facebook profile. But he wanted, I know Susie Q knows the correct price, but he was going to sell it for, I don't know why $600 is ringing the bell.
That's pretty damn pricey.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
It was up there. I'd say $500 tops.
Jesus, but I could buy 2 zebra plecos for that price.
Well, it all comes down to how they raised it too. I think.
Speaking of that,
right,
again, Skipper, I apologize because I'm changing the subject, but we all know who Fishymon is.
Yeah.
He bought
Fishy lips.
Yeah,
Super leather.
He bought 2 honest to God zebra plecos.
Really?
Oh yeah, he spent some money.
Like as far as like plecos go, there's only 2 that's on my bucket list right now, and the 2 I'm going to mention is 2 that I can actually get without crying after I spent the money, and that is the L333s and also the L146s, I believe, which are the leopard frog plecos. I hope I said that right. What the L number?
Yeah, the
anyway.
leopard frogs.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Those are the main 2 that's on my I guess list to get, because they're nice looking, and that's 2 that I can actually afford without having to take out a loan.
Yeah, how about her?
You know what I mean? I mean, I can buy them, and if I lose one, that I'm not sitting in the corner crying, rocking myself to sleep, because it died. I mean, zebra plecos, but believe it or not, you have to be on your game with those as far as like keeping the temperature and the pH right for them things, man. I mean, they're not like no regular fish you just put in a tank and be like, okay, well, it'll be all right. No, I mean, that's actually a sensitive fish to actually keep alive, long term. I mean, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people out there that think that because of it being a pleco that it should be easy to keep. No, I mean, it takes some skill to actually keep them. I mean, it's something you can just buy. Now I'm just basically repeating myself. But anyway, bottom line is, if you get them, you better know what you're doing with them, because that's a lot of money just to lose because you didn't do all your proper research on them.
Or you just goof.
Yeah, which that happens a lot. I mean, you do. When I've had stuff happen, that you don't know what happened, and you try to figure it out, you just can't. Just
Q's getting ready for her stream.
Yeah, she'll be starting her stream up in 4 minutes.
So how long before Skipper? How long before that room that we're looking at is going to be all filled with fish tanks?
Well, what it comes down to is money.
Oh, yeah, I hear that.
And not just that. Right now, I don't have the time with. I already have other stuff in my head that I want to do, but not until this kitchen and bathroom's done, and then I'll move forward with stuff.
Oh, yeah, that was when I first came in. How's the kitchen going?
Good, and that's what I was talking to you about them floor joists and the ceiling above it.
Oh, I thought that was a bathroom.
Yeah, well, the bathroom's right above the kitchen.
Oh, I got you.
That was the main reason why I did it, was because the reason why I did both of them at the same time was because one was above the other, and the bathroom needed done anyways. And I was kind of worried because the ceiling was sagging. I have horsehair plaster, so it was starting to, it was sagging, and I was like, man, something's going on up there. And what's a perfect time to figure it out when you're doing your kitchen and you're taking the ceiling out, and then you see the problem, and now it's fixed.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But people don't understand. It could be the simplest little thing. I mean, you go to change a vanity in your bathroom, and the next thing you know, you're ripping your kitchen ceiling down.
Yeah. I don't want to. Oh, yeah. That's just one thing about being a homeowner, man. You're always going to have something come up that you got to deal with, unfortunately. Matter of fact, starting either tomorrow afternoon or Tuesday, I'm going to be busting up my concrete out front and in front of my garage, and that's going to be getting poured.
Oh, that's cool. When's the bass boat going on it?
I know, right?
You can either get a nitro,
Nitro, bite your tongue, Robert.
or a Phoenix, or the Cadillac of all boats, which would be the Ranger boats.
Ranger's made by Nitro now, dude. You need to get with the program.
But Ranger costs like 2 of the Nitro boats, so
yeah, that's just because that's
2 of the Nitro for the price of a Ranger.
That's because Bass Pro Shops hasn't announced. Oh, by the way, we make Ranger now too.
Yeah, you're getting into too many big names involved in something.
It's like Chevy doesn't announce. Oh yeah, by the way, we make Cadillac.
Yeah. I ain't getting no Bayliner. Get your stinking mind, bud. No.
Bayliner?
If I get a boat, it's going to be a pontoon.
Wait a minute. Don't like GMC, which is General Motors Company, don't they make Chevrolet and Cadillac both?
Yeah, that's what Chevy is. GMC. Chevy is their main brand. But they also make GMC. They make Cadillac.
And they also used to make Pontiac.
Pontiac.
Really? That's awesome. I didn't know that.
That's all under the General Motors brand. Just like Nitro and Ranger now.
Just like Mazda. Mazda was Ford.
Yep. Mazda trucks and Ford Ranger trucks have the parts.
Yeah, Mazda made
take one part off of one and put it on the other.
There was a Mazda truck. Yeah, it was a little.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta Google that.
Wait, no. I'm sorry. I was thinking Datsun. My bad.
Mazda trucks, when they made them, were the same exact size as your Ford Rangers.
I gotta look this up.
Yes, actually, there is a Mazda truck. There was a lady in town that had it. All right, everybody. Let's go ahead on over to Susie Q. She has started. I want to thank everybody for coming to the chat.
Oh, wow. They make them now. They're newer. I'm thinking of like when Mazda first came out. And, okay, they're newer. Yeah, they look an awful lot like a Ford.
But guys, I apologize I'm late, but I'm glad I was.
No, you're good. But yeah, thanks everybody for showing up. Terry, thanks for coming up since Robert had to stuff his face full of food.
At a cookout, God forbid the guy actually went to a cookout and hung out with people.
Right?
How dare him?
And
I came back to hang out with y'all because which I love you, and I just couldn't miss it.
Nah, I don't blame you. All right, everybody have a good night.
Later, man.
See you again at 8 o'clock over on Bob's. And you're welcome, Peplin. Goodbye, all.